As we enter week 3 of the conflict in Ukraine, the Biden administration has decided to ban energy imports from Russia. We will have the details.
San Diego Unified has chosen a new superintendent. Find out who's taking on the leadership role at the second largest school district in the state.
And good news, longer days are coming your way this weekend. Find out when we spring forward with weather.
Newscene starts now. Hello, I'm Jillian Fortner, and welcome to this week's edition of Newscene, a broadcast produced by the students of San Diego City College. Every Wednesday, we will bring you the latest news of the week. The college requires everyone to wear face masks indoors, and that includes all of our crew here in our studio. We have an exemption for those of us on camera. We continue to follow all necessary local, state, and federal guidelines to assure a safe environment for those back on campus, but we remain as focused as ever on bringing you the latest. We begin tonight's show with an update on the conflict in Ukraine. About 2 million refugees have fled Ukraine since Russia invaded 2 weeks ago. Poland alone has seen more than half of that total cross its border. Also, McDonald's is joining Starbucks and Coca-Cola to suspend business in Russia. Doors will temporarily close to over 800 locations. And President Biden announced on Tuesday that his administration will be banning oil, natural gas, and coal imports from Russia. But this step could increase the already high gas prices. In an address to the UK officials, President Zelensky said that he and Ukrainians will not give up the fight.
We will not give up.
Ми підемо до кінця, ми будемо боротися на морях, будемо битися в повітрі.
We will continue to follow the latest developments. And since Cindy Marten has stepped down from superintendent for San Diego Unified, a new one has been appointed. Roxy, can you tell us more?
Yes, Jillian, and someone has stepped up to the plate to be the next superintendent for San Diego Unified. Lamont Jackson is taking the mantle from Cindy Marten after she stepped down last year. Marten had left the spot vacant after heading to Washington, D.C. to work as the Deputy Education Secretary. In the time since, Jackson himself had been filling the role left behind as an interim superintendent. Serving the position since January of 2021, Jackson has already been through noteworthy events. He helped lead the transition from online learning to hybrid learning. When the time came to make it official, Jackson ran against Susan Enfield of the Washington Highline Public Schools. In the end, the board unanimously voted to elect Jackson to the position full-time.
It is truly an honor to stand before you as a superintendent of San Diego Unified School District. Thank you to all of you for seeing me, for hearing me.
These changes come at a time when the district is repeatedly adjusting its policy on masking. Having declared that it will make masking mandatory indoors, the district has decided to drop the requirement next month. Jackson has already stated the goal of eventually having a mental health clinician on every campus and promoting mental well-being. We'll continue to keep a close eye on education stories in the coming weeks. Back to you.
Thanks, Roxy. Congratulations to Dr. Lamont Jackson. We wish you the best of luck in this new position. And campaigns to fill a state assembly seat are busy recruiting voters. The seat represents District 80, which includes Southern San Diego, National City, and Chula Vista. 2 Democrats and a Republican are running to replace Lorena Gonzalez, who resigned the California Labor Federation. Voters will have until April 5th to return their ballots or vote in person. And a major milestone has been achieved in Congress as a ban on lynching is one step closer to becoming a reality. The Senate has ununanimously passed the Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act of 2022 this week. The bill is named after Till, the black teenager who was brutally murdered in a racist attack in Mississippi in 1955. Civil rights advocates have been fighting for years to get the bill passed. It now heads to President Biden's desk to be signed into law. And San Diego is launching a new emergency service to respond in time of mental health crisis. 911 calls can now request a mobile crisis response team over police in San Diego County. The MCRT is especially equipped to handle mental illness and substance use. The team can provide immediate care as well as 30 days of post-care. And there is a slight chance of rain. Find out if that will affect your weekend plans. We will be back after the break.
When I first saw Turtle, my heart was full. Now anything but lonely.
We had this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet,
We discover
they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
Welcome back to Newscene. Batman is not only saving Gotham, he's also saving movie theaters. The 2022 Batman film grossed $128 million at the box office, making it the second biggest pandemic debut. And reviews have been largely positive. The success of this big launch has given movie theaters a glimmer of hope. Although the theater industry has struggled through the pandemic, moviegoing is finally expected to bounce back in the coming months. And the cherry blossoms are in full bloom once again at the Japanese Friendship Garden in Balboa Park. To celebrate the return, Balboa Park will be bringing back its Cherry Blossom Festival. This event will include live performances, vendors, crafts, and Japanese cuisine. And visitors can attend the tea and beer gardens for additional fee. The Japanese Friendship Garden is open from 10 in the morning to 6 p.m. And if you spot glowing waves at night, you're not imagining things. The blue bioluminescent waves are back in San Diego. According to the Scripps Institution of Oceanography, the popular event may be connected to a specific type of algae. But don't worry, the algae is not believed to be harmful to humans. While there's no guarantee you'll see it, the waves are best viewed from a dark beach at least 2 hours after sunset. And if you're a thrill seeker, head on over to ride SeaWorld's newest dive coaster. SeaWorld is opening its newest coaster, the Emperor, to the public on March 12th. The ride is named after the largest species of penguin. According to the amusement park, it will be the tallest, fastest, and longest dive coaster in California. And who's ready for longer days? Let's go to Estrella in weather.
To the spring, that means longer days. Let's look at what we have going on today with weather. We are not out of the woods yet. There is a slight chance of rain that's going to be coming up, but by the weekend it should be warm and dry, and then yes, the times are going to be changing as of Sunday. So let's look at the current temps. Over here in the coast, it's still a little patchy fog, especially in the AM and the PM. We're in the 60s. It's not too warm yet. But then over there in the mountain and desert, look how beautiful that is there. Over there in the 70s. Don't worry, guys. We will get there soon, potentially next week. Let's look at what's going on tonight. All right, so as you can see up in Oceanside, it's going to be about 50 degrees. It's going to be a mild night. It's not going to be too cold. It's going to stay in the 50s over here in the coast. As you can see, San Diego is 52, Chula Vista 52. But then over here in the mountain and desert areas, it's about 34 degrees. Pretty cold over there in Mount Laguna, 38 over there in Julian, and 37 in Campo. Okay, so for the 5-day, like I said, there is a slight chance of rain that's going to be happening on Thursday, but then by the weekend, it should be mostly sunny. And then don't forget, we are going to lose about an hour of sleep starting on Sunday. Back to you, Jillian.
Thanks, Estrella, for that update. And we have good news for the whole City Times Media team. City Times Media was honored with a long list of awards from the Associated Collegiate Press Conference. Newscene won Best Show in an ACPS broadcast category among 2-year programs. The City Times Media website won 3rd place in the national competition. It also earned General Excellence in the state. For a full list of winners, visit sdcitytimes.com and search awards. And that's all we have for this week's Newscene. You can tune in for a new show every Wednesday evening on ITV or anytime you want on YouTube. And you can also keep up with the latest news from the entire City Times media on sdcitytimes.com/newscene. This is Jillian Fortner. Good night.